Today we have with us Shaurya Veer who is the National Chairman of Young Indians, which is a part of the CII. Thank you for joining us, Shaurya, today. Tell us more about Young Indians and its initiatives.
So really what Young Indians is it's a nation building forum. We say we have three pillars on which we stand, which is nation building, youth leadership and thought leadership. And of course, under these three pillars we have subset of verticals. We have an entrepreneurship vertical, an innovation vertical. We take up national projects. One of the very important and crucial projects, which is homegrown, we've taken up, is for prevention of child sexual abuse. Right. It's called Project Masoom, and doing phenomenal work across 38 chapters. We have 12,000 members today. Right. So it's really about taking up projects and making a sustainable and meaningful impact for the development of a stronger and better India. Our vision is to be the voice of young Indians globally.
What do you think about the entrepreneurship ecosystem in India today?
It's challenging in a lot of ways. I think it's also very sector dependent. I think today, on one hand, you have the Flipkarts and the e-commerce and mobile technology, which is booming, and we're hearing of funding coming in dime a dozen. And on the other hand, you have manufacturing today, which is languishing. I'm based out of the eastern part of the country. I'm based out of Calcutta. So lots of steel industries, sponge, ferroalloys, and it's a bad state of affairs in terms of the number of NPAs happening, the growing bad debt on bank books. It's not healthy. So you see two very different worlds, because I'm sure if you're based out of Bangalore, you'd see a tremendous amount of excitement, buzz. Every day someone gets funded, someone sort of hits a new benchmark, and it's very, very different on the other side of the economy.
Any advice which you would like to give to the budding entrepreneurs in the ecosystem?
So the advice I would give myself, which I would share with anybody else with all humility, would be, go for it. I think very often we get caught up in the, paralysis of analysis, too much analysis and too much thinking beyond the point. That's one great danger. Of course, on the flip side, one can't get caught up in this whole, in the melee of great valuations and funding coming in dime a dozen and just jump into it without thinking. I think unit economics, truly asking yourself, do you see a market existing 5 years hence for your product, or what you're thinking, is also very important.
As you just said, you turned into an angel investor very recently. What are these crucial things or factors which you see while investing in a startup?
Our primary focus is mobile technology. So we're focusing only on mobile tech companies because we do see a great future for the industry. We do see tremendous benefits with mobile penetration in India. So we definitely see an ecosystem being created around this. Great teams, of course, I think that's a standard for everybody. I think at the end, no matter what someone says, you invest in people. And I think it's the basics, right? A great product. Does a market exist? Everyone calls it the product market fit. Unit economics, I think that's becoming more and more important. I think we're seeing in the papers as well, that the same exuberance which was there 3 to 4 months ago is already sort of becoming a little more realistic and a little more rational, which I think is very, very healthy for the industry.
Thanks for joining us, Shaurya, and sharing your valuable inputs with us.
Thanks a lot. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Now you're moving to Bangalore. So what is the plan with your Bangalore? What is the reason behind your Bangalore move?
Doubt about it that Bangalore has larger talent pool. I don't think it is less alpha than Delhi or more alpha than Delhi. I think it is a larger as a volume, which is what it is. And as Paytm, we've opened our office in Toronto, which is our labs, and we have a lot of engineers there. We want to tap engineers at as many places as possible, because this is a fight of talent. This is not a fight of throwing money on discount. And to do that, we want to be in the city where there is an ample amount of talent. And we've experimented with few technology team there. So we today have about 40 engineers here, and we want to bring it to 400 or 500 in Bangalore city itself. And to do that, because I don't have a luxury of having a co-founder who can take a flight, I think I would come here, build an office, and then maybe here or maybe back.
Started by two friends, Piyush and Tuhin, Jumping Goose is a strategic design agency based out of Bengaluru.